What's up, motherfuckers?
So I want to tell you today about how I got hit by a fucking car. Yeah, that's a true story. So basically, last Sunday, a week and a day ago from today, I was minding my own business. Here's how it goes. I was driving home from Jewel getting some organic kale. I was on my sexy little red Schwinn, pretty badass old school bike. And I had just gotten it all souped up. I got my spring cleanup done. I had new spool spigots or whatever the hell they're called put on, and everything was all groovy and rock and rolling. So it was like riding like air. Like I was just gliding on butter. And so anyway, I was like, oh, shit, it's like so nice out. I'm gonna totally take like a walk through the park or a stroll through the park, I guess, like with my bike, right? And so I'm turning in front of my house, and I live like right by a park. And so I'm turning in front of my apartment, right, like at the intersection, and I'm going to take a left turn. And so I wait for a huge gap between the cars. I see a huge gap. I look over. I have my directional out, so I'm like, yo, turning left, keeping it steady. And so I look over my shoulder, make eye contact with the car like I always do, make sure they know I'm there. And I guess I really didn't make eye contact. I guess it was like a one-way eye contact, because it turns out as I'm like moving over in the lane and I am established within the lane as if I am one of the cars, because I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to take turns. Like when I take my turn as if I'm a car, because that's kind of how you have to drive your bike in the city. And anyway, as I'm in this lane going straight, I'm at the corner where I'm about to take a left turn, right? And I'm at the pedestrian crosswalk where it says, like, stop for pedestrians. We have those cones all over the city. And, so I'm taking my left turn. I had already given my directional out, made sure there was a huge gap. And then all of a sudden, there's a woman stopped across the street in oncoming traffic, right? Because she sees me. She's a coherent driver, and she sees, there's a bicyclist. I'm going to stop at this stop for pedestrians thing. And so I see her face. And her face looks a little something like this. And she's looking behind me, and then she's looking at me. And she's looking behind me, and then she's looking at me. And I'm like, fuck, this means something's up. And I just, my spidey senses were tingling. And as I'm thinking, fuck, this is not bueno, I hear, ah! And then I'm like, oh, this is so not cool. And I see, his lights out of my peripheral or whatever, slightly. And as I'm, starting my turn, I'm just thinking, oh, please, goddess. And as I'm thinking that, I'm also thinking, drunk drivers, they're the ones to survive accidents because their bodies are more relaxed than the people who hit. And so I was just like, well, I'm just going to relax and let it do its thing. That's really the best thing I can do in this situation. I know that seems like really high thought process, but that's literally what was going through my head. I was like, all right, I'm just going to relax and trust in the universe. And so anyway, I hear, after seeing this lady's face, freak the hell out, I hear, and it's right behind me, and I'm like, fuck. But anyway, I'm thinking, oh my god, it's right. And then it starts to run me over. I feel the biggest impact I've ever felt in my entire life. And so basically what happened, I had to push my cat off, sorry, go away, stop it. Basically what happened is I felt my back tire jerk up, it just suddenly locked, right? And then it's pulling me down toward it, behind me, as if I'm starting to go backwards or something. But the impact was so fast that I flew. Initially I thought, I must have flew 3 feet, whatever. But I flew 7 effing feet, because I went back to the scene, because it's literally right outside my apartment, and it had to have been 7 feet. 7 feet that I flew from the point that this dude hit me. And I flew, and I just remember everything was kind of slow motion, and I landed in a V-sit. And for those of you who didn't play sports your entire high school career like I did, it's just you land, basically it's your ass is on the ground, and then your legs are up, and your back is up. So I was I landed in a V, right, and this is my ass, and as you can imagine, it really hurt my ass, and I have mega bruises going on. I have a huge purple scar on the back of my thigh. I have a really gnarly scar on the top of my other thigh, which couldn't have been from anything but my bicycle hitting me. And I landed on my tailbone, which I've never personally landed on my tailbone, because my mom used to wrap a pillow around my ass when I tried to roller skate, and then I fell 500 times, and I was like, fuck this. But anyway, I've never landed on my tailbone before, and this was pretty painful. So I went to the ER to get an x-ray, because my grandma persuaded me to, and I wasn't initially gonna go, because I was like, oh, I'm fine, whatever. But I went, I'm groovy. I didn't break or fracture anything, which is kind of a miracle if you ask me. My back wheel looked like it was painted by Salvador Dali, so it was probably a third of the way bent. So it was like, you know, it went from regular old tire to like fucking like that. It was crazy sauce. And so yeah, I'm not pissed at the kid. I mean, I'm kind of pissed at him that he's just like, you know, he was being really ignorant or whatever, but he was definitely like freaked out. I think he was more freaked out than I was because he was only 18 years old. And basically it turns out he was changing his music station on his phone. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of that as to why he hit me. But he felt bad. He started to kind of cry at the scene, and I wasn't crying because, I mean, I'm not going to act like I'm some hard ass or something, and yes, it really did hurt, but I've had my entire knee completely reconstructed because I've dislocated my kneecap, and like, long story short, complete reconstruction, taught myself how to walk again after 3 months of being out of commission. And so that's the thing. But I mean, I'm used to pain, but like, I've come to this kind of like chill perspective in my life as of like half a year ago where I'm like, I'm not going to freak out about anything that it's not going to help to freak out about. And you just get in an accident, you shouldn't be freaking out. I feel like that's a time to be calm and kind of like center yourself and take a breath and realize what happened. And yeah, so basically, point of the story, I'm really thankful. I am really thankful that I am not paralyzed. I am really thankful that I am alive. I mean, yeah, I'm thankful out of this whole thing. So I'm really happy the universe was just watching out for me, and I'm here to tell the tale. So yeah. Oh, and he paid for my bike repair and my $100 ER copay from getting x-rays and a $90 PT massage, which is me going to an all-women's massage place where I get like a massage and I get to like bake in a hot tub for like several hours. So that's what's going to happen to kind of loosen up my ass muscles and all this stuff like that. But yeah, if you have a crazy story, I'd love to see if you could like post a video response. That'd be really groovy. I would love that. Tell me a crazy story. Tell me about a car accident that you've either been in or like somebody you knew of or you know like got in. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, until next time, have a great week, month, day, whenever. And I will talk to you later.